Hello and welcome. Right, I had lots of thoughts. Things that I said when I played back in editing yesterday. I thought, is it really so good? On Sri Lanka, I was playing the premium pack, and so you'd got to get on with the premium pack, really, or else there wouldn't have been a Let's Play. But I thought as I was saying the words, I thought, am I really saying that I absolutely do like the premium pack? Am I honestly saying and I thought, to be honest, I did a video a long time ago about. That's yeah. No, that's just jumping a little. Yeah, about productions and about the way that productions work. The trouble is, we all know that Giants change things, and I thought my sums weren't out by that much, and yet they really were out by an absolute huge. I've got a 0.5 because I intend on sort of talking to yourselves before we crack on. I thought, seriously, this is not right. There's quite a few things wrong, really. And what I need to do is get to a baseline, which is we need to right. We've switched these on, and we're selling at the minute. Well, we're not going to do that. We're going to store. I want to see, are my sums completely wrong? Now we've got 101 litres that it's made today. That's all that we're out. Now we do need to stick some in, because by my reckoning, if it takes 3 for 1, that I was saying how generous Giants were, and when I looked at that, the penny dropped, I thought, on Sri Lanka, I had lots, I had 3 sets, didn't really focus that much upon this, because to be honest, you'd got to do it anyway. What's the Let's Play was to play the premium pack. But when I now look at it after me saying, oh, Giants have done a fantastic job of this, I'm looking and I'm thinking, hang on a minute. So that means that we've made a crop that's got a lot more than normal, say 3 times more normal than a normal crop, which means that this is exactly the same and just as bad as the original set. If you had a Giants production, these aren't really Giants per se, but you've got a 2 for 1, but that's water, so that's not so bad. Yeah, now these are not bad. 3 for 2. There's got to be a bit of loss, even in real life. There is a bit of loss. I mean, that's a lot of loss. 1 + 1 = 1. That's an awful lot of loss. 5 for 4. Now that's not bad, but it's not at this point that it's terrible. You're still losing. I mean, you're losing 7, and that's only a part of the process. When you actually make bread, I mean, yeah, this is bad on almost everything. 5 for 3, 2 for 1. So you're losing half of what you created to gain half of the sugar, and this likewise you're losing. Yeah, again, you're getting 3 goes down to 1. You're losing 2/3 of your input to produce 100, so it's a third in total. So I thought, well, what is the biggest thing? What am I really waffling on about, truthfully? And I thought, well, let's really put our money where our mouth is. Now, we've been selling, and I'm sure my sums are not that bad. We looked at this, and it should be, if we look down at the suits, which is not right down at the bottom, even though you'd think it would be. It's a little bit further down. Yeah, the carrot soup is supposed to sell. Now, if you look at the average of that, if you were to add those all together and then divide them by 5, then you would get an average of roughly 1,835-ish. Well, there's more 19s than there are 18s, but if you said actually probably 895 or something like that would be the average, we're not seeing that. So what I thought was, well, really what we ought to do, so I ought to start working as I'm talking, otherwise we're not going to get anything achieved. I'm going to do this at 0.5 because this has now gone into the realms of testing, really, rather than my normal, what I would standardly do. This has gone outside of the actual Let's Play. So for once, I'm not going to actually worry about the time. What we need to do is stick some carrots. Just one load will do to actually sort of do this. One load of beetroots, should know what it is, my favourites. Yeah, so one load of each of those. But this time I'm not going to, I mean, you've seen the test really. Oh, I've left some beets on the side of the field. Right. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick back in, and we're going to do a bit of testing, really. Then we're going to get on with the normal Let's Play, but I thought this is more important to everybody, because if something's changed, I want to know about it, really. So in a way, if we need to whisk money in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the game, and this is the baseline, so we can come back to this point right now without any kind of changes. I might do it actually when I put the inputs in, because we were going to do this in the proper Let's Play as well. So yeah, we want to... Hang on a minute, we should have... Why does that not sense the red beets? It used to be clever, where if you'd got red beets in the trailer, that it would fill with red beets, because that's logical. Yeah, I don't get this. Why do you now have to pick it when it's obvious? Giants don't allow... Well, you can overwrite now. I suppose it could be that. But to be honest, that's rather a daft behaviour, truthfully. It was a much more intelligent behaviour that you would presume that you were going to put the same thing back in. Right, so I'm going to grab one of these and one of those, then I'm going to bring you back in. So I'm going to see you shortly. Right. Carrots in now. Yeah, I just thought what we're going to do is we're going to dissect this to pieces. I'm going to take screenshots and like do sort of documents, all that type of stuff, so that I can bring them in to the game to show the workings out on exactly what we should get. Now, I know how this works, having done it before, but we also know that giants do change things. It really is true. Now, the physics have changed recently. That much I definitely know. I thought it was me to begin with, but yeah, there's definitely behaviour now that is completely different to how it was before. It's more realistic, I think. It seems to me, yeah, tractors can't quite pull what they used to do. And I think when I looked, I thought, well, I think I got used to pulling 70 tonners with 150 horsepower tractors, and really, would that be quite possible? Maybe not. Whereas now, the 300 horsepower tractor can pull the 70 tonner quite easily, and the 180 struggles, can still do it, but it struggles. That, I would have thought, was probably about right. But it wasn't always like that. It's not changed completely, but it has definitely been tweaked. I've not heard anything, but then again, I don't think we ever do now. Giants just make a change and it gets released and we find out about it because we just realise it's done. It's not a general release of information with most updates that we get. I apologise, I've still got this bit of a bug and it just coughs sometimes. So then, if we look very closely, it's very slow, very slow. I don't remember this being this slow. I've got to be honest, it's that slow that I think going forwards, if I saw this in the sales, I'd say no thank you. It's terribly slow. I'm not trying not to, I am moaning, I know, but these are legitimate things. There's some things that you think, I can't, I'd sooner buy a 70 tonner with its stupendous, or an Omatana 30 tonner than a Ward, to buy something in the sales that's going to shoot me in the foot. It's not even, it's half unloaded. It's terrible. Anyway, yeah, so, yeah, the carrot suit, both the carrot and the red beet are 144, which is an easy sum because it's 100. Doesn't matter how much goes in, it's going to destroy obviously 200 bits of beets to produce, yeah, 1/3 of that. But the important thing is the cycles times that, which is easy. You just add 2 zeros on the end. So 14,400 or 14.4 tons. I like this because it's a simple one. So it should do 14.4 tons of both. And in the process, it should destroy 3 times that amount. So, but I'm not sure that's quite destroying right. I'm not quite sure, which is why I thought we're going to store this really overnight. I know we're going to, I've done this as a baseline. I'm going to save the game here because obviously in reality, this is the point that I want to go back to when I've put the two things in, which I would have done anyway. So it doesn't really matter about time now. It can be on whatever it likes. So obviously we would be planting right now, but we're not. We're going to do the test. So if we sleep through till tomorrow, the production is on. It's got enough to just about manage both of these if I was correct. So that would be like almost 15 tons, which would destroy 45 tons of carrots, which you've got enough. And likewise, the red beet almost enough to do the red beet. If that is right, I'm not quite sure that that is working right. But the other thing is, I don't mind. We can lease or do what we like. This is doesn't matter. Normal rules are not the normal rules of the Let's Play are not in effect right now. Yeah, basically. So let's go for low loader. I'll go for my favourite H2 Studios low loader if I can find L for low. Yeah, we're going to go for the 50-foot gooseneck, and we're going to go. We want it to be dovetail, and I want bumper pull, and I want it to be max. We don't matter about whether we buy or lease, but we'll lease it. Right, so we've got that. So we put that in. Why did I want it here though? Oh no, I do actually. The other thing we're going to do, as I said, this is not normal rules. So what we're also going to do is we're going to bring the. In fact, actually, because this is not really important right now. We're going to actually reset that. Yeah, we're going to use that, and we're going to use that. Yeah, basically, because this is not doesn't matter that we use this. It's bigger, it's stronger. If we've got to manually load this, I mean, I don't care for once if I actually auto load it, because this is not what I would do normally. But what I'm trying to do is see how much do we get. Now I'm going to store it to begin with till the morning, then I'm going to tell it to pop. So we're going to go through till the morning, and we can take it to whatever time we like, because none of this really matters, apart from to prove to both me and yourselves that our production's working as they did before. You could sell them directly, and you could make, with a little bit of a surcharge for transport, quite a lot of money, really. So then, yeah, the property maintenance thing is hitting us. So how much did we get overnight? We got 7,000. And it's not taken away. Does it? Is it splitting because we've got 2? Because I never noticed that before on Zilonka. So instead of getting 14, we're only getting 7 tons. Which is, of course, not destroying half as much either. But that makes no sense. It's not adding up to what it should do. Is this... I'm going to have to look, because I remember seeing an episode of Mr. CLP when he'd got... and he misunderstood the... I think he would... What I've just said there. In other words, the cycle was a 14-4-100. But you can switch lots of these on. And this should be exactly as it shows on the tin, which is 14,400, which is what I should get of red beet, and it's also what I should get of carrots as well. So why? I know I have got a modern, but I never touch it, and that's a production-y one. No, it's not that one. It's further up, I think. I don't ever sort of play with it, so the bottom line is... Here we go. I think it's this one. Contract. No, it's not. It's not contract settings either. Where on earth is it? I thought it was in this one. No, it is just contracts. It is on this one. Here we go. Production manager revamp. Priority. Direct selling price factor. That's the standard price. 0.9, 0.899. Yeah, which is 0.9 really. So yeah, that's on exactly as it should be. So I haven't tweaked that. I'm not making more money than I should. I'm not making less money than I should. So that's wrong. So, but if that's what we're selling, and we're selling, just grab a calculator, we're selling 14 tons, which if, so let's work this out. Let's actually look inside the gate. 14 tons, 7 tons of each. If we sell this directly, if I can ever get this correct. Now then, if we look at the prices, it should be, as we've just looked at, yeah, about 1,009-ish, just about. If you were to average all of those And likewise, yeah, that'd be about 1780, slightly less than the carrot soup. So if we go to sell, by my reckoning, 14 tons doubled is 28,000. So then if we now change that to selling, has this changed from what it used to do before? I still can't work out for the life of me how that is actually not either. Yeah, it's true. It really is strange. I mean, I've got nothing. The other thing is, when I'm doing a test, it's always best to just do the test with one thing when you're not. And that's why I thought this was a perfect Let's Play, because we're only really playing around with this. Although we've got the Omatana. 18, 28, 38. Yeah, so that's about right. In fact, yeah, you can go to the cash one, can't you? And it'll tell you what you just done. Dollars. It should tell us that the production costs total for April, we've just earned 28 new vehicles. There's more. There is more. Sold products 7. Hang on, we're in May, Mr. Smith. That would help if we're looking in the right place. So 24,788. So nearly 25,000. So it's slightly different, but there is a surcharge. But it's not a lot, really. That's 3,000. So if we're paying a little bit more than I'm used to, or the average is a little bit out, so that's right. But the loss is not. But what I was thinking, right, just want to, how much would we get if we sold that? 98,110. What I thought was, now that we've proved that actually the production direct selling is not much different to what I'm used to, really, so there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing I can't see is how on earth that 14,000, well, I'll prove it. Basically, if you look at the farm supply production, one of the biggest things I do nearly all of the time would be the silage digestate, which does 240 times 1,000, or 240 tons. Now, if you look in the morning, you get 240 tons. Now, you also, if you've got that, you'd get 120 tons of digestate, because it halves that as well. But that works. You've seen that time and time again. So I don't know why, with the Giants production, we're seeing half of that, because that makes absolutely no sense when you look at a standard one. Yeah, I just don't get it. It's just crazy. It breaks all of the rules. So whether it's still broken, I mean, I'd always said it was broken. I cracked on with the premium pack. I mean, the train was smashing my pieces all over the thing, but I cracked on. I did just put up with it, but that doesn't seem right. It's almost like it's still broken. And I was thinking to myself, right, I suppose what we ought to do, though, is if we were going to do this, we want to sell everything we've got in here. Now, well, the bad thing is, yeah, we'd have to reload the game. What I'm saying is this, right? I listen to the Inner Farmer. Obviously, when you play this game, all of us know that you get a bit of a feel for things. And I thought, why am I doing this? I have never made so little money going through the years as I have saddling myself with this. We've bought one field. It's not terrible, but we're a normal economy. We bought one field. It's an absolute slog to do each of those fields with that tiny little harvester. It really is. I don't mind hard work, but I thought it's all pitted against us. We're losing 2/3 of the crop so that we can. And I thought, if I sold those two crops, we made 115,000 for just selling crop. So I thought we'd make 230,000 for selling two lots of the same crop, really. But I thought it's a lot for crop, but it's not a lot. And I thought, we sunk all of that cash into there. I thought, I'm sure what my gut said why are we cracking on like this? Why don't we swap? So I'm going to, yeah, I'm not going mad. What I'm going to do is we're pulling out of this. Oh, but yeah, well, actually, what we want to do though is reload the game. Yeah, we do, and we're going to go into somewhere else. Yeah, totally. I know exactly what I'm going to do. It seems a mad move. When we first started this map, we had a field of sunflowers, and I said I'd love to do that. So I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. We are going to plant 3 fields of corn, and we're going to cut it when it's green, not when it's completely done, for silage, no, chaff. And we're going to literally silage it, and we're going to see how much money we can make in comparison to doing a full year of this, and we would have 3 times the crops, but at 7 that would be 21 tons per day that we would be selling. If you roughly said it was 2,000, it's not quite, but if you said it would be 2,000 for the 21, would be 42,000 per month, which over 12 months would be about the 500 grand if we didn't buy a sausage at all to do that. And I thought, I'm sure if we did a silage harvest, a chaff harvest, well, it's a chaff harvest, I'm sure we're going to hammer that and really just marmalise it. So I'm going to put my instinct, the farming instinct that I've got, and just go with what I thought, really. And we're going to do away with this, reload the game, sell that, sell all of the bits and bobs. We're going to lose a bit because we're selling, actually we're only 1 month off selling, actually in June. So if we're going to sell a crop in June and make as much as we can, then we're going to lose a little bit because the prices are still reasonably high for the crop in that we put that 35 tons in. So I'm going to see you shortly, and we're going to put these new plants into action. So then let's put these plants. We are back in April, 0.5. We are going to sell that. We should get out what we just put in there. Yeah, including the sold products. Terrible price, but yeah, it is what it is. Yes, they were hiding in the building. You can't get rid of them, but they've got no... yeah, I hid them inside. Oh, it's done something to the... Yeah, so we're now coming out of that business, and what we're going to do is we are going to crack on. I've got to sort of juggle, though, because we obviously got to rip the fields up, and this is the one to rip the fields up. We're going to lease the 70-tonner. No, actually, this session, yeah, this is going to be slightly longer than I was going to run it, because this would have been the last session. But because of this testing and what I'd like to sort of show, we're going to take this a little bit further, and then hopefully I'm going to get back to the normal Let's Plays on Glenleathan, Fox Farms, and the Hills of Tuscany. But I just wanted to crack on with this, because I got a bit in my bonnet, really. I was like thinking, this is not right. I was thinking, and it isn't. The sums don't add up. I don't know. I'm going to have to check that I'm... Well, no, I know I am. I know if we stuck 240 tons of whatever in the Omatana, it will do exactly what I said it would do, because we've done it so often, unless Giants have changed something. And again, we could also do a test of that, because it's not going to affect anything, although then I'd have 70 tons of silage that I shouldn't have. That's the bad thing, isn't it, really? It is. And that's where testing like this, you really need a test map, which I did have, but at the minute I haven't. Right, so first things first, we need to grab the plough, which is right there. So push that. Oh, it's not got one of those hitches on. Right, we're a little bit far out again. I've got this nasty tendency to really zoom out a lot. And when you're inviting people in, I've got to get better at this. Yeah, so we may well be hanging up our vegetable empire, and we might well be... that'll do, it's close enough. And then we want our new field is straight across. That I think just needs de-stoning by the look of it. We do need to scan, I believe. have set this on fields 24. And then what we're going to do... No, this is all we've really got to do. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to time-lapse this because there's a lot for us to do. There is. So fields 24... 10.5, clear load, activate. I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And as always, as fellow shareholders on the farm, I always love to hear from you. And goodbye.